Hello and welcome to News 500. I'm Stephen Allen.
And I'm Nina Benjamin.
And these are the headlines.
A bondage party hits the news, and we don't mean the Tories.
The young are the new poor, which is good because I'm not getting any younger.
Oh, and an Italian woman is sent into space. UKIP think it's a good start. It's a racist jokes.
This week is Counter-Terrorism Awareness Week, although if I were a terrorist, I'd just wait till next week. It goes to show how seriously the government is taking counter-terrorism because pancakes only get a day and most silencers only get 1 minute.
Kissing someone is actually healthier for you than shaking their hand, according to new research by scientists in their disciplinary meeting with HR.
Police in Cleveland shot a 10-year-old black boy brandishing a toy gun. US officials have called for them to be specially marked so that police would know they shouldn't shoot. That's toy guns, not black boys. The shooting of an unarmed boy has led to calls from gun advocate groups for more people to have guns. Then, when they're shot by police, they wouldn't be unarmed.
Police were called to a terraced house in Newcastle as 250 students held a bondage party, although turning up in uniforms and handcuffs only made the situation worse. A witness said there were people staggering about barely clothed. But that's Newcastle for you.
With Thanksgiving just around the corner, it's time to pretend to care about American traditions. Here's Lena with a special report.
Thanks, Steve. Every year in the US, the fourth Thursday in November is celebrated as Thanksgiving. But if you thought that it was a day on which they celebrate the harvest with a feast, well, you'd be wrong. 'Cause let's face it, Americans don't need a public holiday to celebrate having a plenty. They do that every single day. But Thanksgiving has a far darker past. Here are News 500's top 3 Thanksgiving myths. Myth number 1. This is the popular image of Thanksgiving from 1621. But they didn't eat foods like cranberries, sweet potatoes, or turkey back then. But who needs accuracy when there's marshmallow and sweet potato casserole awaiting? Myth number 2. That same feast was not a peaceful celebration between pilgrims and Indians. The Indians had to gate crash. Well, actually, they came to defend the pilgrims when they heard gunfire. Turns out, the pilgrims were just firing their own guns into the air for fun. What sort of a person finds that kind of thing fun? Finally, myth number 3. In 1636, the governor of Massachusetts declared it an annual holiday, not to give thanks for God's bounty, but to celebrate the massacre of 700 Pequot Indian men, women, and baby children. Oh Lord, we give thanks that you sided with our guns over their tomahawks and little children's hands. There is nothing like a little massacre to help you work up a healthy appetite, am I right? Is that turkey wrapped in bacon? Good thing the pilgrims weren't Jewish. So that's the ugly truth of it. But let's not dwell on the past. Let's appreciate Thanksgiving for what it is today. Just a day to count your blessings with close family and friends before you get trampled to death for a PlayStation 3 on Black Friday. I'm Lena, wishing you Happy Thanksgiving!
Researchers announced this week that more people under 25 have fallen into poverty, while over 75s are moving out of poverty. The biggest cause in the change for the over 75s is believed to be death. Some studies have suggested offering death to the younger generation as it would significantly improve their quality of life.
A painting by Adolf Hitler sold this week for over £100,000. The piece was auctioned along with works by Stalin, Genghis Khan and Simon Cowell.
The painting was bought at a Nuremberg auction. A bunch of people who like Hitler's work meeting up in Nuremberg. What could go wrong?
Oh, I get it now! I ain't fucking get it before! I was like, what the fuck? Okay. Italy's first female astronaut arrives at the International Space Station this week, accompanied by her son, daughter-in-law, 3 grandchildren, and over 10 tons of pasta. She has also had other additional slightly racist assumptions.
RBS apologised this week for giving incorrect evidence to a parliamentary committee. The bank stated they would never have done it if they knew they'd get caught.
News 500 has been accused by Ofcom of not representing accurately the diverse society we have in today's world. To change this, we've hired a gay to talk about minorities in the Minority Report.
Hello, I'm Mark Daniels and this is the Minority Report. I've been hired as I'm gay, like just 10% of the population, and I have eczema on my left shoulder, like just 1% of the population. So my minority of being gay with eczema on my left shoulder forms just a very small percentage of the population. If only I had a straight man to help me with my fingers. Today, our minority is women. This minority constitutes over 50% of the UK population. As always, there are a lot of women's issues this week, including a radio reporter claiming they should keep their knickers on if they don't want to get raped. Personally, I'd suggest if the bitches just stayed at home doing the hoovering like they're supposed to, they wouldn't be enticing these poor, helpless, guiltless men, now would they? Also in women's news, an Australian male TV host wore the same suit for a year and received not one negative comment, when his female counterpart was always criticised for her appearance. The story has gone viral, at least on loose women's Twitter feed. Men obviously don't care, but it shows females are judged on looks rather than intelligence, which is completely unfair on men who have to be intelligent rather than just slapping on makeup to please everyone. Take Carol Vorderman, full of wit and charisma. Who wrote this? Did you write this? We need to make this shit believable, you know? But all she wins is Rear of the Year. Then look at News500's own Steve N. Allen. No wit or charisma at all, but a really lovely tushy. And he never gets a look in at Rear of the Year. Blatant sexism. I've changed my suit 3 times in this interview and I bet you didn't notice because I'm a man. Shame on you, you sexist viewers. Now, back to Ninia and the Tushy Meister.
Finally, the recognition it deserves.
He ain't got no fucking arse. Nicola Sturgeon have replaced Alex Salmond as Scottish First Minister. There were many politicians up there who had surnames with things found in Scottish waters, including Kevin Nessie and Sarah McIronbrew-Can. And I want to do another one.
Go on then.
I can't think of one.
Scientists have discovered that seals have been trying to have sex with penguins in the sub-Antarctic. John Lewis, I hope you're happy. It's a horrible mental image, though. A seal having sex with a penguin. No wonder Heidi Klum left him.
Bob Geldof has described himself as a pleb this week. That's a Bob Geldof KBE. Please explain that to me. KBE.
Knight of the British Empire.
I didn't know. He really is the knight. Oh, that's why they've got knight with a K. He's also revealed that Adele rejected his approach to appear in Band-Aid 30 single. He said to her, "Never mind, I'll find somebody like you." That's her song. And then gave her a part to Bono. So Adele, if you're listening to the song tonight, thank God it's them instead of you. And there won't be snow in Africa this winter time.
It's a shame Bono is available. A 1066 Bayer tapestry tie that Nigel Farage was seen wearing has been so popular, it's sold out.
Stop.
Yep. How much time?
1066, isn't that to do with Hastings? Mm-hmm. So why did the Bayer tapestry come into it? Let's help people, because there's a lot of people going to be going 1066 to do with Hastings, not tapestry.
I think the tapestry reported what happened at the battle.
Okay.
So, if you're looking for a gift for the closet racist in your life, they still have some UKIP tanks left.
And crosses.
There were no tanks at the Battle of Hastings.
Of course not, because it happened in 1066 and they invented tanks in 1701. Even I know that,
Good
and
point.
I didn't study fuck all in school.
That's all from News500. To get your regular fix, subscribe now.
Subscribe. It's like doing www.iwannapledgemoney, but it's not. It's like you click on this thing and then you always got News500. I don't really know how it works because I don't use the internet much, but do what he says.
This week's news in 500 seconds.
But it's not really 500 seconds. But if you lot could see, on the auto cue it says ish, which means it's like 528 seconds. But they're still trying, and you got to love a trier.
Seriously, can we get Bono?